I woke up one day and I went to take a shower. Everything was as usual until suddenly my phone started ringing. Oh great, I got the job. When do I start? Right now? Okay, I'm coming. So, I got a job in Fix-It, and they sent me into space to extract resources from a distant planet. And that's how it all started. Just like each of you, I set up my hub and sent deliveries. But at some point it dawned on me, what is the purpose of this? And then I had a wonderful idea with your help. What would happen if all the raw materials on the map were dropped into a sink and I will become a coupon billionaire? And that's how I wanted to bankrupt Fix-It. So, in the previous episode, I started preparing for this great project. I built a gigantic, very well organized factory to produce explosives, and I started cutting down trees. However, it quickly ceased to make sense as these stupid trees began to grow back. Why? Just why? And so began the first phase of building, in which I got all the raw materials out of the rocky desert, stonks. After that, I bring the resources from a small biome nearby, and it was finally time to do some serious work. Now, let's expand towards the dune desert. There was the northern forest on the way, so I started from there. This biome seemed simple because I didn't see a lot of resources here, but it changed quickly because when I was building I found many new deposits of raw materials. Local wildlife didn't want my expansion very much, but with the amount of explosives I was producing, I quickly changed their minds. Back to the northern forest. There was so much resources here that this small bridge was not enough to transport everything, so I built 2 additional bridges, of course, and everything worked perfectly. I finished extracting all the deposits from this beautiful forest, but before I show you even more spaghetti, consider leaving a like and subscribe if you appreciate my tens of hours which I put into making this video. Thank you. It's time to get down to dunes. 10 hours later. Yes, I built it. Yes, it took too many hours, and yes, my psyche is totally gone and I went insane. No, I didn't connect everything. Done. The dune desert was the biggest challenge so far. It took an awful lot of hours to build, but in the end it looks as it should. Everything is neatly arranged and packed. At times I ran out of space, so I started building conveyors on conveyors. And all of these resources from the dunes and the nearby biomes had to be somehow transported to the rocky desert. And this is how the conveyor belt highway in the canyon was created. Doesn't it look gorgeous? There was one simple rule in the canyon: if there is a free space on the ground, it is wrong. Despite all this chaos, my friend decided to build a nice bridge, but something didn't quite work out for him. After all of this, I had my first breakdown, and I didn't know if I will ever finish this project. I spent so much time building this and still there was a half of the map left, but I didn't give up and moved on to building. Now I should drag it all to the collection point, but at the moment I don't want to do it, so I will do something else and bring resources from the other biomes. The next few biomes were fairly simple, few resource nodes and pretty close. So, I decided to diversify my building a bit, and I built a tower from conveyor belts. It looks even better inside than it does outside, but one is not enough, let's build a second one. It immediately looks better when they are 2 towers, plus you can buy your dream apartment in them for as little as $2 million. All apartments have a perfect view on my spaghetti. Warning, some apartments have a strong radiation inside. Now that we are 70% through this building process, it's time to see some landmarks. Nice bridge is finally finished and looks proudly against all that spaghetti. Sky bridge, which was built because I started losing belts on the ground, looks too good. 2 towers, oh, I already talked about them. My explosive factory now produces even more explosives. You can still drive a car through the canyon by some miracle. Local flora and fauna began to integrate with the factory. The valley of conveyor belts is already so built up that I don't know what to focus my eyes on. And that, I don't even know what is it. Grass fields, blue crater and swamps are a bit further away, but I put my conveyors up there anyway. It took a little more time again as it was much further from the delivery location. Now, wherever I go, I will always find my own conveyor belts leading to the base. It is a very good navigation tool, 10 out of 10. The differences in height began to cause me more and more problems, but as you can see, I did it and even created another work of art. I had a very few biomes left, so I went to Conquer caves in search of resources. However, their inhabitants were not very friendly, and they put a lot of resistance, which led to some unpleasant deaths. I returned to base, armed myself, and went to show them where they belong. They calmed down, so I was able to go back to mining. I found a few more deposits of raw materials in the caves. I have completed the preparation of extracting the remaining biomes, and I started dragging the conveyors. This was the second moment when my psyche decided to disappear. Maybe I will be able to buy a new one with the coupons. Who knows? A few more deposits left and finally finished. The only thing remaining to do will be to build hundreds of sinks and plug all of this into them. This will probably take many hours, but I will do it and see how many coupons I will produce. In the process, I even started building pipelines, but we have to process the raw materials somehow to put them into the sink. A few machines and we are ready, now we can sell it all. Very good job. All the conveyors are already built and you can finally admire the beauty in its purest form. It is the most stupid thing I have done in this game, but I'm proud of it. There is so much bells here that I don't even know what is going on. But surprisingly, the game still works fine. I'm really surprised. Well done, Coffee Stain. After building it for so many hours, it was nice to look at even those perfectly positioned conveyors. And now it's time to sink it all, so I'm back to building. Interesting. Admire my avenue of sinks. I built 125 of them, that should be enough. If not, I can always build more. Now I need to connect them. I prepared connection to every sink, now let's finally bring resources. The project is finished. All the deposits on the map, or almost all of them if I accidentally missed something, are sent to the sinks. Hours of sweat and suffering to finally produce a lot of coupons, in the most ineffective way but without any bottlenecks. But did I manage to bankrupt fix it? I leave this to your evaluation and let this container help you make the decision. I think that's the right amount of coupons. After firing it all up, the game still ran pretty well, but the CPU usage jumped drastically. I produced so many coupons that now each new one costs hundreds of millions. After all of this, the whole map became one huge spaghetti. If you like the video, don't forget to share it with your friends, I will be very grateful for that. Now it's finally time to print all these coupons. I had to use these coupons somehow, so I bought myself a few statues. Just a few. This is how this journey ends, right? Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.